Eyes are watering so bad. Ugh. Watering, watering, watering. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jordan. Oh, Alana, you're hungover. Drink more coffee. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. If you can hear me, push like or love, just so I know you can hear me and we'll get started. Good morning, Michelle. Okay. Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. I don't know about you guys, but I have not even started wrapping yet. I have every present to wrap, so this should be fun. Should be fun. Said no one ever. Okay, so I don't know why I'm like so sad about Carrie Fisher. I feel like we're at the end of 2016. I think most of us thought we were going to kind of slide in to the end of this year without another casualty. And I heard she's out of critical right now. So I'm like, okay, I'm just hoping that she makes it for a million different reasons, but I really can't take one more loss in 2016. Okay, Marie, come wrap these gifts if you like to wrap so much. Ow. Cutting off my circulation here. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys something. I didn't talk about it because I wanted to tell my kids first, and I needed to tell my kids before I told you guys. But for those of you who know that Carrie Fisher had a massive heart attack on an airplane yesterday and was without oxygen for 15 minutes. So I don't know what's going to happen, but Carrie Fisher, she played Princess Leia in Star Wars. Come on, y'all, you know who Carrie Fisher is. Debbie Reynolds' daughter. Anyway, I had a nanny who helped me with my kids the first 5 years, who from Costa Rica, her name's Sandra. She's like the love of my life. I was with her in the room when her son was born. I drove her to the hospital when she was in labor because she was at my house. And her family is like my family. They spend every holiday with us, watch my kids when Michael go out of away overnight. She's the only person I let stay in my house overnight. And her husband and her 2 kids are really like our family here. So on Thursday, Sandra called me and told me that her husband died of a heart attack. I mean, I was like in complete and total shock. He was 60, but otherwise healthy. He had been a professional soccer player in Costa Rica. Still played soccer. It was just so unexpected and such a hard time of year and such a shock. Like, the last couple of days have been really rough, and Michael asked me not to say anything on Coffee Talk until we had the time to tell our children. So anyway, that's not what this Coffee Talk is about. Last night was his service, and at his service there was a friend, a girl who I used to be very, very, very good friends with. And we sort of truly grew apart. There was no falling out. There was no, I mean, it wasn't messy when it ended. It ended because we grew apart and we needed to sort of go off and do our own thing for a while. But it's been a long time. I think it's been about 5 years. No, that's an exaggeration. I think it's been maybe three to 3.5 years since we have really had a friendship. And anyway, she was there. I called her to let her know because she loves Sandra and she has a relationship with Sandra. And so she came to the service. And she was like, do you want to sit with me? And I was like, sure. And we haven't been together in 3.5 years. And, you know, she knows my dad died. She knows that anything where there's a dead daddies is especially hard for me. Not only somebody that I loved, but like when they're daddies, it's just harder for me. So she knows that. So she sat with me, and afterward, we left, and I was with Sandra, and Jennifer left. And when I walked out, my heart felt like I missed Jennifer. Like I wanted to talk to her. Like I don't know, my heart, did you ever just hear something in your heart? Did you ever just feel like, okay, it's been long enough? And I didn't know how she would feel, and I didn't know what she was thinking, but I decided to call her. So I called her, and she answered her phone. And I said, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but I just wanted to tell you that it was so nice to see you. And thank you for sitting with me and for extending yourself and, you know, whatever. And she goes, did you not see my text message? And I'm like, no, what text message? There was no service in the church, so I didn't see her text message. She had sent me a text message saying how nice it was to see me and would I like to come to her house. She lived right across the street from the church for a glass of wine. So I ended up picking her up at the end of the street and driving her home because she was walking. And we sat together and talked. And, you know, it really was an experience for me that was so incredibly humbling because I have created a life where I believe that and I'm deleting and blocking people because don't write sex on my thing. I like sex, but please don't write it there. It's distracting to me, and then it makes me not focus. I have created a life where I am so good at cutting people off. And when I cut you off, the door is sealed. The deal is done. It is over. That is how I protect myself. That is, you know, that's just who I am and what I do and how I've managed to survive, I guess. So we sat together and I had to have like a self-talk. I said, like, self, you need to let your defense down. You need to be real. You need to like really listen to what this person is saying and see what it is that you feel and what you have to say and be honest. I didn't go into her house with any expectation, like we're going to leave best friends, we're going to put it all back together. It was just, can relationships, friendships, whatever, do some of them deserve a second chance? Certainly we know not all of them do. There's no question that there are some that I have cut off that it wouldn't make a difference if Jesus and the Pope themselves came to carol at my door and the song was like, give her another chance, give her another chance, give her another. I'd be like, sorry, Jesus, sorry, Pope, not gonna happen. Okay? So we sat and talked and we just had the most honest conversation about growing apart and how we felt and what it was. Nobody had defenses up. Nobody was pointing fingers. We laughed through it. We admitted things that we needed to admit. And I thought to myself, is this closure? Is this what real healthy closure feels like? Is this like adult closure? I don't know what's happening here, but it feels so good. So anyway, I had to go, and we walked to the front door, and she said to me, you know, I'm really glad that we did this. And I said, so am I. And I said to her, would you like to get a drink after the new year? Like once the holidays pass after the new year. And she was like, I would love that. Let's do that. So I'll see where it goes. It was so nice though because here's the thing I want to say. Here's how I knew that the potential for a second chance on the friendship could be there. I journal a lot, and I have always transferred her as positive energy into my new journal. There are so many people who have been left in old journals, and I don't speak on them anymore. People ask me what happened to them, and I say it's not my story to tell. I do not speak on them. Their name does not come out of my mouth. I am not interested in talking about them. I don't want to rehash what they did to me or how it all went down. They are dead to me. That's it. My brain is Christmas wrapped, protected from them. So they stay in old journals. There is no positive transfer of energy, but Jennifer has always been transferred, positive transfer of energy to new journals. I have always prayed about her, always wanted good things for her. So I knew that there was a chance that at some point we could find our way back to each other, even if just for closure. See, here's the thing. Even if Jennifer and I never get together for that drink, I feel so good about the way we handled it. It was never messy. It was always mature. It was always two women who genuinely loved each other, but needed to be apart for a while. And that is real. That is real. I always say you learn more about somebody the way they end a relationship than the way they enter it. That goes for love, that goes for work, that goes for friendship. The way somebody ends a relationship is much more telling about who they really are than the way they come in. Because everybody want to put their best foot forward when they're coming into a relationship, right? Everybody wants to put their best foot forward. They come in like, he's got the whole world in his hands. And you're like, wow, I really found a good one. And they leave like, ain't got shit. I'm taking everything. You're like, oh, that song sounds significantly different than the one you came in on. Shannon Brinson, thank you for sharing my video. So anyway, it got me thinking, you know, I wonder if some relationships really do deserve a second chance. And I think there's some that do. I think that sometimes we need space from people. Sometimes that space is exactly what's needed to grow into the people that you're meant to be, so that you can come back together at a certain point and continue on. Yeah, they come in like a saint and go out like a wrecking ball. Ain't that the truth? Just tearing half your life up as they leave. Like, can you not knock down every wall I've built in the last 40 years? Thanks so much. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? It was a really, really healthy, like really, Elise Paz, thank you for sharing my video. It was really, really healthy. And all of this healthy stuff is still new for me. Just remember that Coffee Talk, I started healing only a couple of years before Coffee Talk. So I'm growing with you guys. This 2.5 years doing Coffee Talk, this is where I've just had my most growth. And those of you that are wondering, Jamie, how do I know which friendships might deserve a second chance? Okay, well, I can tell you, I know in my heart which ones definitely don't. Like I said, there are plenty of people I cut out of my life where I told you Jesus and the Pope himself could come sing and give her another chance, and it's not gonna happen. And I love Jesus and I love my Pope. It's not gonna happen. Never. So the ones you know, it's a definitely not. Because everything you bring is destruction and you can't be in my space and I don't want you in my life. Those are a definite no. If you're even considering giving someone a second chance who like shit right on your neck, negative. Okay? But if you have a nagging feeling about somebody, your heart knows. Trust that. If you see someone and still feel like, I miss them, like there was a lot of good there. Sometimes space is truly all that's needed. You know the difference? Stop it. You got jeans in your closet right now you know your big ass can't fit into. We all do, but you just keep them there just in case. Like one day, I might get there. I got it. I got it. I hear a nugget. Ah!
Mommy,
Yes, my love. I don't know, my love. I love you. Cierra la puerta. Gracias. So, you know how it goes. Anyway, I am gonna go for a walk. And then I'm gonna try to find a way to wrap presents without my kids seeing me. I don't know how that's gonna happen though. So I hope that you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve. We have church tonight, which is always fun with 3 kids. And just, I couldn't even see her without going, oh, I know it. I know. There are ones like that. I'm telling you. There are ones like that where you see them, and you just know that they just destroyed you. It's terrible. I have those, and I got to see them in Birmingham sometimes, and I just, Jesus, take the wheel. That's where I go. All right, I love you guys so much. I love you, and I don't know why I shared roll call yesterday. I was losing my mind. I will reshare it today, okay, because roll call is for tomorrow, and tomorrow is Christmas. Yay. All right, I love you. I will be praying for you all at church today, whether you want me to or not. Have a great day.